Okay, we're live now. Look, guys, we're doing a live stream, and my wife is here. No secrets, guys. No secrets. My wife is here. Right. Good morning to you. And I've got my coffees. Okay. Oh, right. Morning to you guys. I've been a lot of the time. I wait for my wife because she hi Yisa, because she has a certain list of things she likes to do before I go live. So my routine is I wake up, I do as much washing and cleaning as I can in this room, washing up, yeah, and then my wife comes along, takes over and does it properly. That's the bottom line, yeah. So my wife doesn't really like me to go live unless she feels that this room is at a standard that she's happy with, yeah. So this is part of the reason why unfortunately you guys end up having to wait, because I'm waiting for that to get sorted. So that's that. So let's just check your comments now. Today's live stream, we're going to talk about Bridget KRUSE, and we're going to talk about the live stream last night. I was completely surprised because the intention of last night was, let me just show you, was to read this book, which actually did start to get quite interesting. I think we were on chapter, let me just check. I think we were on chapter 3. We're going to have to come back and read the second half of this chapter because obviously Bridget joined us, which I'm very grateful that Bridget joined us. I love the fact that Bridget chooses our channel to share information with, to have discussions with, to debate with, and just to let Team ELVIS ask her questions. I thought she was really good with us, Bridget KRUSE. You know, Bridget KRUSE, the auctioneer that is in litigation in a lawsuit with PRISCILLA PRESLEY. So it's quite a big deal, guys. This is a very, very successful, wealthy woman, a very famous woman in her own right. And she chooses our channel, Team ELVIS, to join in a discussion because I think we make her feel safe. I think that she trusts that we're not going to call her names, we're not going to rip into her and have a go at her. She knows that if she comes onto our channel defending Elvis Presley, she knows we're going to give her some respect. Yeah. She also knows that we're going to ask some tough questions, and I feel that we did ask some pretty tough questions, didn't we? Yeah. So I'm going to review. I'm going to put up some of last night's live stream. It was extreme, yes, and it was so interesting, yeah. And it took me a while to get into it, but I did notice that by the second half of the live stream, I started to get my head around what was happening, and I started asking some questions that were quite important, I think. So eventually I thought I got it okay, yeah. I thought I did all right. Now, one thing that did stand out to me, guys, was that you guys gave that woman, Bridget, so much respect and so much warmth and love and kindness. Yeah, you guys were brilliant. I was so proud of Team ELVIS. Really, honestly, guys, you put her at ease. You made her feel very welcome. You asked great questions. I think by the end of the chat, she felt much better because you can tell that she's really suffering because of this lawsuit with PRISCILLA PRESLEY. I think she said, "Oh, you guys helped fill up my cup of tea." I think that was her way of putting it. But she did admit that her family and her daughter are going through hell. She also said something about her poor son who has a problem where he can't verbalize, and she's worried about the long-term effects. Now, let's face it, guys. The truth is, hi, Rosa. The truth is that lawsuits are, I don't know if any of you have been through a lawsuit. I have. They are very, very scary. They are very, very costly. Like, they literally can make you go bankrupt. They can make you lose your home. The lawyer fees are just astronomical. So you do feel when you're in a lawsuit, you do feel like you're going to lose everything. This is how I felt a long time ago. You know, we're talking 25 years ago for me. Yeah. The lawsuits I had were just to do with property. They were property disputes. That's all they were. Now, I'm not famous, so my lawsuits were very private. Yeah. But I couldn't sleep. I spent an absolute fortune. I was scared I was going to lose my home and my business, because the other thing you jeopardize, you can lose your business in a lawsuit. You can lose it. Yeah. Something that you spent years and years building up can be taken away from you, because if you lose a lawsuit, you are hit with massive lawyer costs, solicitor costs, yeah, legal fees that can be millions, hundreds of thousands of dollars. So when you're in a lawsuit, guys, I'm telling you now, you feel that you're going to lose everything. You feel that everything you've worked for your whole life is going to be taken away from you. So I totally understand that Bridget is going through hell, and she's worried about her long-term security, which is why I think she brought up her poor son. Yeah. So I think Bridget KRUSE poured her heart out to us. She didn't have to. She chose Team Elvis. She chose defending Elvis Presley to be open and honest with us. She was answering all the questions that we were asking of her, answering her. And obviously there were certain things she couldn't go into for legal issues. She can't talk too much about the actual trial. One thing that she did bring up was there is a manuscript. Colonel Tom Parker was sent a manuscript of the book Elvis and Me. Let me just show you it a minute. So Colonel Tom Parker, when Priscilla was writing this book, which you know I feel is a book of lies, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes, I feel this was Priscilla's chance to rewrite history. I feel that this book has done serious damage to Elvis's image and reputation and legacy, and has been doing damage for like 39 years, is it? I also feel that the Sofia Coppola film that was based on this book was horrific. Yeah, was so cruel to Elvis, a terrible film. I would never recommend that film. But I also think that this book has been slowly damaging Elvis's reputation since the day it was released. And even now, this book is used to damage Elvis's image and reputation. Even now, the interviewers around the world are still using this book of lies, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes, to harm Elvis's image and reputation. Yeah. So my point is that last night, Bridget, when we were chatting, she did start to say, look, I've got some interesting information for you guys. She mentions that Priscilla had a draft copy of this book way back in the late 70s. Yeah, could even be early 80s. And that she, with notations on it, with notes on it, handwritten notes, and that she had sent the draft copy to Colonel Tom Parker. Now, I don't know the story, but Colonel Tom Parker, somehow this draft copy of that book exposes more truth about Priscilla's intention with this book. Yeah. And she said that it's up for auction on her auction site. Now, I spent ages last night. I could not find it. I spent ages and ages. There's loads of other jewelry, Colonel Tom Parker's jewelry, and many different artifacts are on the GWS auction site. That obviously Bridget KRUSE is one of the partners of GWS auctions. And I'll tell you what, guys, I couldn't find it. I could not find it. She did say to me, let me just get it up a minute. She did say to me that that she would send me the link. I haven't received it yet. Let me just go look. So if we go to the auction site, so this is the auction site, yeah. But I tell you what, guys, I looked and looked and looked. I know that she said that the auction, because I wrote it down. The auction is on December the 7th. And look, there we are, look. All right, this has just come up. Look, guys, yeah. Lost collection of Elvis's Turner Compact, yeah. So there's the auction, yeah. But, and I went on this last night. See if I click on it, see what happens. And I could not find the thing that we're looking for is, yeah, so if I go through it, there's jewelry, there's like a money clip, a police badge. Now there is here we go. There's a telegram, there's a clock. You have Colonel Tom Parker's watch, but there's 34 items. I think, well, should we just quickly go through it? Right, let's have a look. Come on then, we'll just quick. It's only 34 items. Let's just see if it comes up, because she did say it was 2 pages of the original manuscripts. You got Elvis Presley signed April 1956 contract from Las Vegas. Elvis Presley tour cancelled checklist. Elvis Presley's Vegas engagement handwritten memo. So there's a lot of stuff here that is to do with Colonel Tom Parker. A 1956 letter from Tom Diskin. Let's just see if we can find those 2 pages. If we can, guys, we're going to have a look at it. But last night I could not find it. I mean, it's very, very interesting. There's even Wizard of Oz stuff here. I'm definitely a massive fan of Wizard of Oz, yeah? But I cannot find this. Look, there's a Colonel Tom Parker Jailhouse Rock earnings statement. That's interesting. Let's keep going. So there's loads of stuff from Jailhouse Rock. Then we've got RCA earnings statement. Then we have Elvis Presley's 14K diamond enamel roulette ring. Elvis Presley's Smith & Wesson gun. So interesting, guys. Oh, look at that. Elvis Presley's car. Wow. It's a 1976 Silverado pickup. So interesting, guys. So it's worth going on there just to look at the items. You've got some cufflinks, Colonel Tom Parker's cufflinks. You've got a 1969 merch agreement signed by Elvis Presley. But the bit we want, guys, we've got an RCA document of Elvis's album. The bit we want are the manuscript, the notated manuscript, which I cannot find. Just can't find it. There's watches, there's necklaces, many watches. There's glasses, Elvis Presley's 1960s dark bronze sunglasses. Hi, Hidden Minds. Hidden Minds, we're just going through GWS auction, so Bridget KRUSE's auction site. We're trying to find this manuscript that Bridget KRUSE last night told us there's a manuscript of this with notes on it that show how Priscilla was writing this book and her intentions for this book. Because I personally feel that this book was created to damage Elvis Presley, to make Priscilla look like a victim. This is how I feel about it. Now, she did say that it's on the GWS auction site. These 2 pages that we can look at and read. And last night I was on there for ages, and I tell you now, I could not find it. Now there's loads of stuff here. There's telegrams. There's lighters. Look, we got there we are. Look, Tom Parker, Elvis's presentation lighter. Yes, it is, Lorna. It is a book of lies. So, but I want to find it. I want to read it out to you guys. So my plan anyway is I want to review last night's live stream with you guys. Right. So what I'm going to do, let's have a look. Start playing some of last night's live stream, and then we're going to break it down we're going to play some of last night's live streams, and we're going to break it down. But I do have a bit of a surprise for you. So I was just looking around, and I found one of Elvis's backing singers, and I'd like to ask you guys what her name is, because I couldn't get her name. Now we know. Right, guys, you're going to love this. This is a real treat, yeah? Right, guys, I was just, obviously, you know my circumstances at the moment. I was just looking around at different Elvis videos, and this video came up where this backing singer says that Elvis cured her cancer. Now, does anyone know which backing singer this is? Please tell me, guys. Which backing singer is that? Does anyone know? Now, what she says, this story is beautiful, yeah? And I really wanted to play this to you guys. It's 5 minutes long. Guys, I'm going to play it. If any of you know who it is, big welcome to everyone here at Defending Elvis Presley Fans Want the Truth. While I'm playing this, I'm going to try and find the those two documents. If I can't find them, it doesn't matter, because we're going to review last night's live stream. So this is a real treat, guys. How Elvis cured cancer. How Elvis cured cancer. And I know this sounds quite out there, guys, but it's obviously, it's a religious thing. It's Christianity, which we know that Elvis was a devout Christian. I'm just trying to find a stand to hold the phone. But I think, guys, you are gonna really enjoy this. This is beautiful. But I found it very touching. Yeah, I mean, you know me, I pray every day for my wife. Yeah, so I found this thing extremely touching, guys. So please, I hope you get something from this. Let's have a look. I totally believe this, totally, 100%. And when I watched this, I was blown away, guys. It is very special. So, are we ready, guys? Karen, are we ready for this? Right, here we go.
Well, I had I had a scare, a cancer scare, and it happened before the show in Las Vegas, and so I did not have that familiar grin for a boss man like I was supposed to have, because you had to have that smile and that energy to give to him. When you see him looking over to the left, we were there, and we always had that grin to push him on. I didn't have it that night, so he wanted to know why. And so I told him I had this cancer scare. So between shows, before the show, I had a doctor from Memphis. I had one from Los Angeles. I had two from Las Vegas. And I had one from New York. And I was to see them the next day. But that night, Elvis came over in the dressing room, and he got down on his knees in front of me, in front of the makeup. It's not good, Myrna. The makeup table, the makeup room, which was in the back. In the front, there was a lounge area, which had a door that closed he and I off from the other girls. So he got down on his knees like my grandfather did. And this man prayed until tears left. And I'm excuse the expression, snot ran up in his chin. It's not funny. This man prayed. And he put his hands on my stomach. And he said, "Take it away, Lord." She's got 4 babies. And when he said, "Take it away, Lord," I fell in the other room through the closed door and said, "Thank you, Jesus." And it was done. Because when I went to the doctor, when those 5 doctors got finished with me, I had nothing. Amen. Nobody knows about that. I was saying it, but if I had to give it away, I would have chose to give it to you this afternoon.
Bring it here, I'll take it over. Right, sorry about that, my wife. So that, to me, that was beautiful. That was like, wow. I like Elvis gets on his knees and prays for her and puts his hand there to try and help. And Elvis truly believes that he can help. She truly believes that he cured her. 100%. There is no doubt in that. There is absolutely no doubt that Elvis truly believes that no, not Elvis, well, does anyone know who the singer was, by the way? Let me just check your comments. I totally believe it. I completely believe that story. So, Hidden Minds, do you think it's Estelle Brown? Look, I'm not trying to make Elvis out to be some god. I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to say he was a very spiritual, religious man, a true Christian, a true believer, and he and Elvis felt that through prayer, praying to Jesus, to God, that he could help, that he could make a difference. I really believe that. There's nothing weird here that I'm trying to say. I'm saying that Elvis believed that religion, Christianity can heal. I'm saying that. That is my point. Yeah, I just love it. I absolutely love that story. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's in God's hands. I'm not trying to call Elvis a god. I would never do that. I'm saying that religion, Christianity, prayer really can help. Can help. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So, right. So I've got another video treat for you as well. Okay, guys. let's now I stumbled on this. It's a 68 comeback special video. It just shows Elvis rehearsing a little bit. It's only very short, but I just really liked it. Yeah, I don't know why. It's the way that Elvis looks at, you know, he's rehearsing. It's a 68 comeback special, and it's just the way that Elvis looks at the person that he's rehearsing with. Elvis comes across quite nervous, yeah. And if you look closely at this, you can see that Elvis during the 68 comeback special took it very, very seriously and was very quite sensitive. 100% was how can I say it? His self-confidence wasn't that much. It was quite, I would say he comes across quite nervous. Right, let me just play it for you, and then I'll read your comments, guys. Let me just get it up. I think I've posted it on my video channel, because obviously we have Defending Elvis live streams. We have Defending Elvis video channel. It's all the same channel, but you just got to click the right part, yeah? Let's get it up, guys. Here we go. It's only a minute long. There might be a little bit of music. They might, I think YouTube might have cut the music out, but let's just play it.
Yeah, you can go ahead. They heard it before. Barbara, can you play something on stage? Everybody. That's it. You there? Huh? You can? Yeah. A little bit more on stage. Sure. There you go. He's nice to me. Okay.
Oh, got my talking.
Take 114.
Okay, I'm going to play it again. I'm going to play it again, guys, but it might do it automatic. Let's have a look, see if it's going to do it. Right, let me just play it again. The reason I'm playing it is because it just shows, even though Elvis was like the most famous man in the world, he'd gone through a lull because he'd gone through the movie years, through the 1960s, which I think knocked his confidence, made him feel that he'd lost it. Now, his confidence is just building back up. He's just gone, I think by now, he's caught Priscilla being unfaithful with Steve Peck, the dance instructor. And so he's trying to rebuild himself. And you can see the nervousness on his face. I really believe that. I'm going to play it one more time.
Yeah, you can go ahead. They heard it before. Barbara, can you play something on stage? Everybody. That's it. You there? Huh? You can? Yeah. A little bit more on stage. Sure. There you go. He's nice to me. Okay. Take 114.
I think that's it, is it? Yeah. So, guys, can I just ask you, do you get that? Do you get that he's got that? Obviously, he looks amazing. He's slim and tanned, beautifully dressed. His hair is great. He just looks the best, you know, 68 comeback, yeah? But do you, any of you sense the nervousness? I sense nervousness that even if you see the co-star that's with him, rehearsing with him, she can't take her eyes off him. She's like besotted with him. He's so adorable to look at. Now, the longer clip of this, he starts singing and doing karate. I can't play it because YouTube removed the music, but the longer version of that, you see Elvis doing his karate as well. So yeah, I really loved that clip. I'm going to go check your comments, then we're going to start looking at last night's. Let's have a look. Where are we? So it could be, where are we? Let's just get comments. She named her own name while talking. It's something black people do. She's sorry, I'm not really, I was wrong. Right, I'm not sure about that comment. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. All right, you're saying that she said, does anyone know who the name of that? So it's one of the Sweet Inspirations. Is that possible? Thrat sang a private song segment for me on a private chat. Wow, that's amazing, Angel Eyes. So it probably is the Sweet Inspirations. Gio, do we think it probably is? So it could, all right, so we're not sure who it is, but a couple of really great clips there. Now I have another surprise for you. Right, so a woman has released a book. I'm still trying to Myrna Smith is a sweet inspiration, Louis. Thank you. So it was that Myrna Smith. Gio, was that Myrna Smith? I was trying to work out who it was. So I also stumbled on another lovely story. Let's have a look. Let me just quickly tell people we're live, just in case there's anyone that we missed. I'm just going to only just put it on the Defending Elvis Facebook page. So please, guys, please join the Defending Elvis Presley Facebook page. And also we have a chat on there that we'd love you to join, guys. Right. Okay. So I stumbled on Gio. I mean, Renee, are you there? So Renee, have you sent it me? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Accept cookies. Oh, Renee, you have, yeah. Okay. Right, let me just take a picture of it. Renee, thank you so much. Because I tell you what, I spent ages trying to find this. Let me just I just want to do some screenshots of it, and I'll come back. I need to read it before I do a video on it. Let's have a look. I'm going to read it. Oh, Renee, thank you. Renee, how did you find that? It took me blooming ages I spent ages trying to find that. Oh, there's only one page of notes. That's a shame. Let me just blow them up a minute. Renee, you still there? Renee, remember, Renee's is from Hidden Mind, yeah? Let me just blow it up a minute. No, Renee, mate, thank you so much, because I tried Google. Your searching skills must be better than mine, my friend. Thank you so much. You saved me hours of hunting. So I will, I want to really sort of read it properly. In the end, it's only one page, which is a bit disappointing. I just want to quickly, I've got another real treat to play you guys. A true story about Elvis. I stumbled on it. Right, I'm just trying to see if I can read the notes from Priscilla. The notes say, Elvis told me the next day that he met with Barbara. I think it says Barbara, not to make the, I can't see it. All right. He met with Barbara not to make the deal. Did not want to do the picture with her. I had already made the contract. Colonel Tom Parker. Right. So it looks to me like Elvis had told Colonel Tom Parker to not make the deal, but Colonel Tom Parker had already done it. So, right. Right, come on. Right, go on then. Come on then. Go on then. Go on. Shh, come on. Come on. Doing it. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. No more barking. No. So, right, let's just give a second for the dog to calm down. The post. Can you see the postman outside? Right, let me just a minute for the dog to calm. All right, he's gone now. Come on, postman's gone, mate. Come on then. I know what I'll do. I'll give him a bit of meat. Right, come here. There's got a bit of meat. Ooh, yummy, yummy. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. There we go. That's my new trick. Give the dog some meat. Ah, right. Right, he's gone now, so calm down, yeah? Right, we have. Okay. Right, let's just. Okay, guys, actually, there is a bit on here that I can read. So, Renee, thank you so much. Now, guys, in case you're new to this channel, please subscribe to Renee at Hidden Minds. Hidden Minds, his YouTube channel is fantastico. Right, let's read it. So, it looks to me like the notations is the Colonel saying that Elvis told him not to sign the contract, but the Colonel had already signed it. So are we talking about the movie contract? I don't know. So I'm going to read the small section about it. So it says, Elvis, agonizing. Colonel says no. He says, we can't take it because it wouldn't get top billing. It's killing me, Scylla. Just tell him you want to do it. No matter what. This is Priscilla, yeah? Elvis slumps on the sofa, closing his eyes. And then Elvis says, it's too late for that. It's too late for that, softly. Priscilla says, no, no, it isn't. You have to fight for what you believe in. Stand up to him. So she's talking about an argument with the Colonel, yeah? Then Elvis opens one eye, looking at her, teasing, can't fight anymore. Hell, I can't even remember the lyrics anymore. I get up there with a piece of sheet music. Anyway, there is something you never did understand. Colonel owns everybody. He owns everybody. Laughing. Look at me. You like my costume? Priscilla smiles, sitting down on the couch. You don't need all these fake jewels and studs and fringe. Oh, and fringe? That's not nice. Elvis's fringe looked amazing. You don't need all these fake jewels and studs and fringe. No, 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 no. Elvis's quiff made him. Right, anyway, I've read it. Not really learned anything new from that. So, right, I'm going to play you a story that I found before we start talking about Bridget KRUSE last night. Thank you, Renee. That was very helpful. So, okay, right. Let's drink some coffee. Have you guys got your coffee? Let's find this story. I did put it on. I've got a thing where I keep these stories. Let's see if it's going to work. Here we go. So it's, guys, it's a few minutes long. It's this. Does any of you know this book, Elvis Aaron Presley, the Man? Do any of you know this book? I'll just wait for you to respond. Now, there's the woman who wrote this book is telling us a story about Elvis, which I think is very interesting. she also is making it clear that she did not write the book for money. She wrote the book because she wants to defend Elvis against all the lies that are being said about him. So she's an Elvis defender. She does say that her nickname is Baby Pearl. Baby Pearl. So do any of you know that book? Nicola, I got my pricing more solid balls. Have a look. Hi, Nicola. Right. So whilst this is playing, I'm going to message some more people to join us because I forgot to do it. So I'll leave. It's going to be about 4 minutes long. It's a very interesting story.
Well, hi, y'all. I done wrote me this book called Elvis Aaron Presley, The Man and the Truth. Well, the truth is an easy one. Elvis was the kindest, most goodest, most gentlest man you could ever wish to meet. And I tell you this here now, if God had sent an angel down, then it would have been Elvis. That's just how good he was. The truth, well, that's a little bit harder because a lot of people have said some really mean things, some nasty, filthy things even about Elvis. I don't know how they sleep at night, but they do. It just shows you that, you know, evil is still in this world, and that's all I can think it is. So this book kind of tells you about those people and what they've said to Elvis and what they did to him too, which is real sad. But I wanted everybody to know about it because Elvis was such a good man. He deserves better than what he's getting from the press and everybody at the moment. So I'd really like you to read this book. You know, I've looked at the reviews online, and well, most of them are really just great. And I really want to thank everybody for writing those because it really lightens the heart, you know, gives you hope for the future. But some people, well, they just downright lie. One of them said there's nothing new in the book. Well, either she's blind or she didn't read it because there's things in that book that's never been in anybody else's book, and I should know because I wrote it. So look at the good reviews, not the bad ones, because those people, I don't know what they're doing or why they're doing it, but all of Elvis's life, it seems like darkness followed him, always trying to put him down, and it's just the same as it is now. Why these people do it, I don't know. You know, and honesty was so important to Elvis. So I want to tell you a little story about honesty on Elvis. Elvis used to try people out. He used to do little tests on them. You know, he was a really wise man in a lot of ways. And, well, you can read about the test of ginger in Hawaii in the book. There was another one he used to do. He used to have a colored gentleman who's his gardener. And when he'd met somebody new and he invited them over for the house, he'd introduce them to his gardener. And he expected them to shake his hand. And if they didn't, well, then Elvis knew that they had a problem with colored people. And Elvis didn't like that. But this is the story I really want to tell you. Going way back, not long after he started and everything, Elvis noticed things were going missing from the house. So he invited everybody around, you know, his family, his cousins, friends, the lot. And after a while, he excused himself, went to his bedroom. Then he put a pile of money all over the bed, in little piles. He knew exactly how much was in each pile. And then he'd call people in, and he'd talk to them for a little while. And then he'd say, "Oh, I just got to go to the bathroom." And when he came out of the bathroom, he'd tell that person to get the next person. Well, this went on until everybody had been in. But after each one went out, Elvis would count the money. And he found out who it was who was taking things, because they took some of the money as well. Now, Elvis didn't care about money, but it was the fact that they took it without asking him. Elvis would have given anybody anything, because he just didn't. That was just the way he was. But the fact that somebody took it without asking him, well, he didn't like that not one bit. So that person never, ever stepped foot in Elvis's house again. So that's just another story that isn't in this book. But I'm sure there's plenty of other stories that you haven't heard that are. As for me, well, some little birdie told me that people are more interested in who I am than the book, which is kind of silly. I mean, who'd be interested in little old me? But Elvis gave me the name Lady Bird. And if you actually read the book, well, then you'll find out where that nickname came from. But Elvis gave everybody nicknames, and not just people. He gave things nicknames too, you know? So it's nothing unusual. But I don't want any money or any fame. If I could give the book away, I would. But, you know, I was going to have to cover printing costs, which is fine. So please just get the book if you can, however you can. I don't care if it's secondhand or you borrow it from somebody else. I just want everybody to read the book, and then they'll know what Elvis was and what happened to him. So anyway, I know Elvis would want you to read this book, but, you know, not everybody does what I want or Elvis does. Wouldn't that be great? So, laissez-faire and come see, come saw. Just get the book. Thanks.
There we are, guys. I just thought. So, I just found that very sweet. I'm not 100% on the book. Do any of you know the book? I don't really know the book. And I'm not 100% sure on the name of that person. I think that he called her Baby Pearl. But, you know, Elvis being so famous, so admired, you know, even he had, of course, he had people that took advantage of him, stole from him, people that stalked him. He had his way of trying to find the honest people, the decent people, and that was one of his little things that he did. So I just found it interesting. Just a simple, normal person that defends Elvis, that has obviously written a small book, not for money, for love. It's very clear. You can hear it in her voice that she truly loves Elvis. I just thought that was lovely. Thought that was really sweet. Right, let's just check your comments, and then then we're gonna play some of last night's things. So let's have a look. Where are we on comments? Where are we? So let me just go back a bit, guys. We're just chilling this morning. We're pretty chilled out. Yeah, if you go on that auction site, there's loads of stuff. I bet they're brilliant investments. Yeah. Let's have a look. Judith. So Judith, I think, is it Judith that says, is it Judith that thinks that it is Sylvia Shemwell? Judith, is that right? I think she was one of the 5 backups, the second to the left, and she said that she made a mistake during rehearsals. Forget the song. Thank you, Judith. Thank you, Renee. Judith, think you're right. So Karen says, Judith, think you're right. It's not Estelle. Don't think I've watched her in the interview. Let's have a look. Where are we? One of the Sweet Inspirations sang a private song. Oh, yeah, we've read that. So Angel says, yes, Solid, but I've never shared it. It blew me away as I thought it was a hoax, as we had been talking for a while on the chat, and asked if she would sing a little song for me to treasure, and she sang for you. Wow, Angel Eyes. I'd love that to happen to us. Yes, she was not sure if it was Myra who sang for me. I'll have to check. Right, okay. They were amazing, and Elvis was so good to them, and they loved Elvis, didn't they? They loved him. He was so kind to them. He really was there for them, wasn't he? And very generous to them as well. Okay, right. So I think we've caught up. Okay, right. We've caught up. So what I want to do, I want to bring up this live stream last night from when Bridget KRUSE, the auctioneer, you know, the one that's in a lawsuit with Priscilla. I want to bring it up and just break into the conversation every now and then. let's have a look. So Venus Riviera. Venus, have you been on our channel before? Welcome to Defending Elvis Presley. Let us know something about you. Are you an Elvis fan? Right. Is this your first time with us? Right. Let me just find last night's live stream. Let's have a look. Which I thought was amazing. I want to get to the bit where Brigitte KRUSE joins us. I'd love to. Are you allowed to email it me? I know you. I know your spirit. Same way about the most which I let's get to shy. The whole of the book is all about Priscilla outing with my right guy. I'm not close and press my palms against his. Okay, so the whole world have fallen for, and so what happens is we're reading the book, Linda Thompson's book. Let me just show it you. And then Brigitte KRUSE, the auctioneer that is in a lawsuit with Priscilla, joins us. The reason she joins us is because she trusts us and she feels comfortable with us, and she can discuss obviously her problems and how she's been affected by the lawsuit. So I'm just reading the book last night, Linda Thompson's book, which we will do again. We will carry on reading Linda Thompson's book. We're about halfway through into chapter 3, and she joins us unexpectedly. And so I just want to listen to what happens, and then just as we talk through it, we start to ask Brigitte KRUSE questions. And let's just go from there, guys. Right. No, so I am a little bit taken aback. I wasn't expecting her to join us. Yeah. Right. Here we go. The whole world have fallen for, and it's like you've probably already watched this, Brigitte. But this is one of the most successful cons ever. I think this book was written 39 years ago, and this book is still damaging Elvis's legacy, image, reputation. 39 years later, people are still using this book to judge Elvis, even though half of this book is not true. Yeah, the truth has been twisted and reinvented with this book. Yeah, especially this book. Yeah, and it's, she deserves a medal for the success of just how well this book has conned and tricked the world. Yeah, this is one of the most successful cons in history. Honestly, guys, seriously, and it's still going on today. And even Sophia Coppola fell for that as well. Yes, go ahead. Something that no one knows. Oh, yes, please, Brigitte, come on. Let's hear it on Thanksgiving Day. We're all ears. So in my upcoming Colonel Parker auction, I am selling the manuscript that Priscilla sent to the Colonel about the book, and it has his notes in it. So it has, let me just work this out, the manuscript that Priscilla sent to the Colonel about the book, and it has, so you're saying that the original manuscript has Colonel Tom Parker's notes in it. Okay, so brilliant. But what is said in the notes? All right, so Colonel Tom Parker says exactly what he thought about it, and it's very interesting. And so, as far as I know, Brigitte, Colonel Tom Parker and Priscilla got on very well. Yes, am I right about that? That's the impression I've got. Okay, I will do. So can I read it? Yes, they were close. I thought that all this stuff that I've researched shows that they were very close. And we know that after Elvis died, Priscilla wanted the Colonel to carry on with the same deal, the 50% deal. Yes, even after Elvis died, and obviously that was all changed when the judge guy stepped in and had everything put right. Tool, is that his name? Tool. I'm trying to remember his name. Yeah, so Bridget, so if I go to the auction site, can I read it? Can I read the manuscript? Is it all there to be read, or is it just like one page? Or let me write this down. So auction. Yeah. So a few photos. Okay. All right, well, what I'll do, I'll blow them up and I'll read them out. Is it okay if I read them out? That'll be interesting. I'll do that tomorrow. So just to bring you up to date, guys, so what it is, a lot of people missed out on the conversation last night where Brigitte KRUSE, the auctioneer that's in a lawsuit with Priscilla, joined our conversation, and we all chatted with her and asked her questions. She was amazing, and we're completely there for her. So I wanted to play the main section when she comes in, and then you guys, Team Elvis, taking care of business, really join in, and you're really great. I'm so proud of how you were. So I'm playing this so that the people that missed out last night can see it, but also I want to analyze it. I'm not in a rush, guys. So this is going to take a little while. I know it's a bit odd watching me on my phone, but I do think it's important that we go through it. And just Venus, I just want to say something to you, Venus, because I understand Gio's comment. Yeah, Venus, we've had some problems. We've had some stalkers join our channel. And so we are a bit cagey. We are a bit cagey with new people coming in. Obviously, stalking is a part of it. You know, we're a big channel. We get our stalkers. Yeah. So please understand that you're very welcome. New people are very welcome. Yeah. As long as they're not stalkers. Yeah. Anyway, let's keep going. Quite soon then. I didn't even know that it was going up for auction. Oh, thank you, Bridget. I never even knew that that the manuscript that she'd sent to the Colonel and he'd noted it, I didn't even know it existed. Seriously, no, I don't think anyone here did. It's only because you told us. I'd love for you to look at the entire catalogue. Email it me. I would love to read it. I would love to. Are you allowed to email it me? I'll put my email address. It's funny because the thing I like about reading that book, I love reading that book. It's a very simple read, but the thing that appeals to me the most about reading the book Elvis and Me is that you can pick out every single line. You can really understand how the public are being manipulated. Yeah. All of that book is manipulation. The whole of the book is all about trying to make the public see her in a different light, to see her as a victim, Elvis as the bad guy. But not just that, it's even cleverer than that. The book is trying to undo the damage. So I think after Priscilla left Elvis in 1972, yeah, the public had turned against Priscilla, yeah. The public did feel that she'd mistreated Elvis because of Mike Stone, because it was such a public outing with Mike Stone. And I think there was quite a lot of hate towards Priscilla just after she left Elvis, yeah, even after Vernon died. But so I think let me just pause this. So what I'm really saying there is that I think that after Elvis died, obviously Priscilla has already been seeing other men, Mike Stone was the longest one at that time in the late 70s. I think that there was quite a lot of anger and upset towards Priscilla, and I think the idea to do this book was to win over public opinion, so that it made Priscilla seem like the victim and Elvis look like the bad guy. Now, we know that this book is full of lies. In our opinions, for entertainment purposes, this book is bullshit. Yeah. So I think that's the comment I'm trying to say. Let's keep going.
It's very, very clever, because she uses the book to undo the damage caused and the hate that is aimed at her in the 70s and early 80s. She uses the book to change public perception and make the public feel sorry for Priscilla. I really believe that. I've always thought that the biggest achievement of the book, Priscilla, was to make the public think that poor Priscilla, and bad Elvis. I really think that. And that's why I say it's the biggest con of all time, the most successful con of all time. I really believe that. No one knew that the Colonel's collection even existed. Even every auction house in the world wanted this collection of his personal items. Wow. Bridget, wasn't it in a giant warehouse? I think I read this somewhere, that somewhere Priscilla had a big warehouse with all of the Colonel's items in it that the Colonel had just been hoarding for years. Is that right? Yeah, please send it me, Bridget. There's the email there. I'd love to read it. I'd like to do a series of videos on it. If you send it me, I'll break it down, and we'll do a series of live streams for each section. I would love it. I find it really enjoying. No, these items have never been sold and have nothing to do with anyone except the Colonel. Amazing. Is there a lot of items up for sale at the moment at GWS auctions? I'm on about these specific items, the ones with Colonel. Is there hundreds, or is it just a few? Guys, if you want to ask questions, now is your time. I've been following your case. I say, go get the lies and all. She is disgusting human. Poor Lisa, trying to say she committed suicide. I understand, Chanel. I do. This is a massive auction I've worked on to get for decades. Right, okay. Why don't I know this? So, how long have these items been up for auction? Is it it's coming in.
So let me just pause it. So one of the things that Bridget KRUSE is saying is she's sort of trying to get us to engage with her, and she says, I've got some interesting information for you. And she mentions that in her auction are the manuscripts with notes on that was sent to Colonel Tom Parker before this book was brought out, which to me is extremely interesting, because Bridget gives the impression that the manuscript that she sent to Colonel Tom Parker before the book was released has information in it that expose some wrongdoing of Priscilla. Now, we are trying to expose any wrongdoing of Priscilla Presley to defend Elvis, to defend Lisa. Yeah, we don't hate Priscilla, but we do want to expose her wrongdoing. We're not a hate channel. Let's keep going, guys.
How long have these items been up for auction? Is it been months, weeks? So Geo, I have nothing against her. I'm amazed that they react so negatively. I don't care what she's doing, by the way. Why would any of us bother with that channel? Geo, right, Geo's talking about a separate topic. Gio, you know you can message me direct if you want. Go onto Facebook and message me, or you can email me. Gio, would you like to email me? We can discuss it. I just uploaded the catalog. Right, okay. When I go, I'm gonna look it all up. Thank you, Bridget. And Bridget, can I ask you, how do you think things are going with the lawsuit? Are you happy with, with the way that Priscilla has come back to the court and said that the fact that she has relatives, possible relatives, like a possible grandchild in Florida, doesn't have any bearing on the court case? How do you feel about that? Yes, I understand that, Bridget. Tomorrow I'm on it, mate. I'm on it. I will be reading. Is it a lot of documents? I'll be reading it. If there's a lot, it might take me a while. I can't comment on why Priscilla would do anything she has or will do. Yeah, I get it. Now, once it was all announced about the secret grandchild, I said, this is a few weeks ago, I said, there's no way that she'll ever come back and admit anything like that. She'll find a way to wriggle out of it, which is what's happened. Yeah, to me, the impression I've been given, just by different advice, different people I've spoken to, is that the reason she's trying to get it thrown out of Florida, is because she wants it to be dealt with where she lives. Is that right? That sounds about right to me.
So let me comment on that. So I'm not sure how au fait you guys are with the Bridget KRUSE lawsuit, and obviously Priscilla is countersuing with elder abuse. They both want money off each other. That's the bottom line. They've obviously seriously fallen out. It seems that Priscilla just completely changed her mind about these contracts with these 4 companies that are involved. Priscilla is acting like she was conned and ripped off. Bridget is saying, no, you signed these contracts, you owe me compensation. So there's the argument. And we're just trying to get a better feel for what's going on here with the lawsuit. Now, Bridget is in an awkward position because she's not really allowed to talk about it. Yeah. So we're just sort of probing a bit, trying to get a feel for the lawsuit. It is difficult because Bridget can only say so much. Let's keep listening, guys.
Priscilla feels that she can win things in her hometown. Yeah. This is what other people have been saying to me, and this is why she's going out of her way and putting a lot of time into getting it moved away from Florida. Yeah. So, did you see the video of her?
Let me just quickly comment on that. Now, there's a big story that we know about, that supposedly there is a secret grandchild living in Florida. Whether you believe it or not, this has been brought up by Bridget KRUSE. Bridget KRUSE is saying that Priscilla has ties to Florida. One of the ties being this secret grandchild of Elvis Presley. We don't really know the truth, do we, guys? Now, Priscilla has already come out and said, well, the fact that there's a tie to Florida with relatives is irrelevant. So she sort of dismissed the claim that there's a secret grandchild. She hasn't said that there is or isn't. She's just said it doesn't have a bearing on the lawsuit. So I get the impression that Priscilla is really trying hard to get the lawsuit moved, dismissed in Florida, and moved to where she lives. I'm not sure where Priscilla lives. Is it Colorado? I don't know. I think Priscilla wants the lawsuit moved to where she lives. I think Priscilla feels that she's got more chance of winning the lawsuit if it gets moved away from Florida, which is obviously where Bridget lives, I think. So she's trying to get it pushed back to where she lives, I think. And I think even cost-wise, and it's better for Priscilla. I just think Priscilla feels more comfortable if things are done in her hometown. Whereas Bridget is saying, no, this is where I want the lawsuit. So this is they're butting heads on where to fight this trial. That's all this lawsuit, yeah?
She calls her dogs Marty after her lawyer. She calls her dogs Marty. Where is it? Let me find it. Which I found quite interesting. Did you see that, Bridget? Let me just get it up. Let's have a look. It's only a short, so it's not long, but I just found it pretty odd. Where are we? Let's find it. It might be on my TikTok. I just found it. Let me go on my TikTok. I've got TikTok and Instagram, yeah? And I just found this thing where she calls her dogs after her lawyer. Is his name Marty? Here we go.
Marty, congratulations.
Come back.
The entertainment lawyer seeing you. I can't imagine anyone else having this but you. And just so you know, it has been over 3 years. I love you to death, and I know you'll always be there for me, and I want to be there for you for this very, very special evening. Marty.
So, Bridget, is she still using the same lawyer? Just out of interest, is that the same Marty that she's? I'm just interested to know. How you going, Issa? Yeah, and we've noticed that as well. I put this to Bridget as well. Oh, it is the same lawyer, but what Jerry Schilling? Where is it? Is he involved in any of this, Jerry Schilling? Because we here at Team Elvis, we really believe that Jerry Schilling and Priscilla are very, very close, and financially, there's a lot going on, a lot being blended, and has been for the last 40 odd years. We think that since Elvis died, that Jerry and Priscilla are doing a lot of stuff together, even possibly have had an affair together. Now, we don't hate Jerry. This is just something we feel that there's a possibility they had an affair, and they do a lot of business together. We also feel that that Jerry has really tried to stay out of and not get involved with all of the wrangles that are going on. Yeah, so we are a bit worried about Jerry. We don't think he's all bad, but we are a bit, stuff's been going on for a long time, for decades. Even Joe Esposito, we think there's possible stuff there. Some people say that Joe Esposito was a spy on behalf of Colonel Tom Parker. Yeah, some people say that. So it's difficult, isn't it? It's difficult because you've got a woman that Priscilla, when she was young and beautiful, she used her beauty to her advantage. For example, with the Stanley brothers, when she got them drunk, got them to sign these. All right, so is Joe a good guy? Then I ask you that, Bridget. Is Joe a good guy? Now, with the Stanley brothers, didn't she trick them into signing some contracts, some release forms? Something went on well. All right, okay, well, that's interesting. Because a lot of the subscribers and the members think that Joe was used as a spy for the Colonel. Do you think that's not true? I'm only repeating the stuff that is said to me on my comments, yeah? See, the thing is, I always liked Jerry. But then when I started doing some research, I changed. I always wonder when Lisa was so unwell. Lisa Marie was very, very, very unwell. I really feel that Jerry should have taken her to the hospital. I really do. Joe loved Elvis very much, and he was also dealt a very poor hand. Right, okay. So that I get told about things like the racquetball business investment that went wrong, stuff like that. But I'm regurgitating things that are said to me, yeah? But I'm always told that Charlie Hodge was one of the good ones. I know Charlie did like a drink, didn't he? So I think the drink could have been a problem with Charlie. I'm getting that impression. Yes, if I was Lisa's mother, I would have taken her to the hospital instead of drinks after the Golden Globes. Yeah, and not just Priscilla, Jerry as well. I don't understand, Jerry. And I also think that when, even with things like when Priscilla was contesting Lisa's wishes, after Lisa died, she obviously wanted everything to go to the twins, to go to Riley, and we know that John Travolta, people like that, stepped in and pushed the deal through. But my point is, Jerry should have been here fighting for Lisa. Because Jerry is known as being very, very close to Lisa, so he should have been in Lisa's corner, making sure that everything goes to the kids, to the grandkids, to Priscilla's grandkids, to Lisa's kids. And I feel that Jerry was trying to keep both people happy. I think that Jerry tried to keep the grandkids happy, but also Priscilla happy. And this is the problem. Because Priscilla, in my mind, had no right to anything. Once Lisa had died, everything should have gone to the grandkids. Since when does a grandmother have some of the inheritance of their dead daughter? It doesn't make sense. Let's have a look. I know Charlie, and you could tell that I've picked up on the fact that Charlie needed help with the drinking. I could see. I was there for a hell of that, and the truth would shock you. Well, you can tell me if you want. No one knows what really happened. I definitely believe that. There is a lot more to the story. When are we going to find out? Bridget, when are we going to find out more to the story? We're very interested.
So I'm just making a tea, guys, but I'm actually probing a bit with Bridget. I'm sort of seeing if I can get her to give us a bit more info. I know that she's slightly reluctant because she does have to be careful. I completely understand. She's in a lawsuit. So I'm just hoping that Bridget is going to give us some more information that where we can help defend Elvis and find out more wrongdoing from Priscilla, really. Yeah. So I'm trying to be respectful. I'm trying to be kind. I really like Bridget. I think she's really great. So let's just keep going, guys.
You're welcome to email me whatever you have to say. I'd love to out it. I want to, how can I say it? I want to try and expose Priscilla's wrongdoing, but I want to do it in a professional way. I don't want to do it like some hater, some guy calling her names, just saying disgusting things about her. I don't want to do that. I want to say it in a very respectable way. So I'm taken seriously. When I talk about Priscilla and I bring out all the wrongdoing, and I want to, because that's how we defend Elvis, that's how we defend his bloodline and Lisa. I want to do it in a way where people take me seriously, yeah? So I'm trying to find that balance, I speak when the judge makes me speak. Unlike some, I don't sell lies to the press. Yes. And Priscilla toys with the press, doesn't she? One of Priscilla's cleverest things is that she knows that the questions she's going to be asked will be really within the remit of this book. Yeah? Priscilla just, when she has interviews, and you can go to any decade, the 70s, 80s, 90s, noughties, you name it, even now with Piers Morgan, and you know the questions that are going to be asked to Priscilla. Half of the questions she doesn't even have to give answers. She just nods her head. Like Piers Morgan will go, oh, so you were with Elvis from 14 till 1973, and then she won't put him right and say, well, actually, I wasn't, yeah? She goes along with it and says, oh, it was different times then. So Priscilla is very clever at toying with the interviewers. I feel that the people that do the most damage for Elvis are the people that interview Priscilla. The interviewers do more damage than Priscilla because it's the interviewers that ask the nasty questions, the questions that make the general public, especially the non-Elvis fans, the interviewers like Piers Morgan, They plant these seeds, these horrible questions. Priscilla knows they're going to answer the question.
Let me jump in and comment on that. So what I'm really saying is, even though Priscilla is very cunning and clever, so when she goes into interviews, she knows what all the questions are going to be. She knows some of the questions are going to make Elvis look bad, make her look like a victim, even though Elvis was the victim, not Priscilla. The interviewers around the world for the last 40 odd years have basically been bad-mouthing Elvis, and all of it based on what was written in this book. Yeah. So what I'm saying here about Priscilla is that she's very predictable. She knows that the interviewers are predictable. She knows that she doesn't have to say much in her interviews. All she has to do is wait for the questions to come. So they're firing these shots at Priscilla, and she knows that each shot is doing damage to Elvis's image and reputation and making her look good, making her look like the victim. Poor Priscilla. Look what she went through, making Priscilla look like a widow. Priscilla was not a widow. Many people don't realize that Priscilla and Elvis split up 4 years before he died, that she wrote this book 7 years after he died. Yeah. Many people don't remember that she gave up the name Presley. Many people don't remember there was horrific divorce settlements. The second one was brutal, where she nearly bankrupt Elvis. So let's keep going, guys.
They're going to ask these very negative questions that make Elvis look bad, make her look like a victim. And this is like you say, she owns the press. That she toys with them. She toys with the interviewers. You could go to any interview, and she's got this very secret smile on the back of her face. They're going to play into her hands, and they're going to say exactly what she wants them to say. They sing her tune. The interviewers sing her tune, and it's all based on this book, The Pack of Lies, The Rewriting of History. This is the tune that the interviewers are singing. She knows the questions in advance. They're too scared to ask the serious questions. Yeah. Now we know. I believe that Riley made sure that all of the negative stuff about Priscilla was kept in this book. I believe that Riley made sure, that all of the stuff, the alleged abuse, of Michael Edwards was kept in the book. So I really believe that Riley wants to get back at Priscilla. I really do. I think Riley is being very clever. I think Riley is like, I don't want a lawsuit. So I won't say things using my own mouth. This is how I think Riley is playing things. So what Riley has done, by removing Priscilla from the cover, that speaks volumes. By making sure that the negative stuff about the sexual abuse, the alleged sexual abuse, and the negative stuff about Priscilla's bad parenting, I think that is how Riley is getting her revenge. She's leaving it to the fans. She's leaving it to the news companies. She's leaving it to the book to do the talking. I really think Riley is trying to play a safe game and let the book do the talking. Now, unfortunately, this is a problem here. Unfortunately, it feels like the book is being forgotten. I really feel that. And I think many of us guys here feel that the book is being swept under the carpet and being forgotten. The book is being forgotten. Priscilla is getting away with murder again. All these allegations and the bad parenting. Now, the book is only a month old, but already it's old news. It's already old news. I was more astonished that she sat on stage and spoke poorly about Michael Jackson in front of Nicole Richie, who is Michael Jackson's goddaughter. I agree. Now, I personally don't think that Riley wanted her on that stage. Can I ask you your opinion, Bridget? Do you think that Riley wanted Priscilla there at the book signing in Gracelands? I mean, I don't think Riley was able. My opinion is that Riley was not able to stop her. That no one was going to stop Priscilla walking in that room. I think Priscilla had made up her mind. She was going to walk in that room and try and, how can I say it, minimize the damage done by the book. So Priscilla had a game plan. If I walk in on the stage in Graceland and start talking, I can blame everything on Lisa. I can say that Lisa had a drink problem, a drug problem, would chase after boys. I can say that Michael Jackson, that whole wedding, the whole marriage of Michael Jackson was fake in front of his goddaughter. Yeah. So I think Priscilla was very manipulative in the Graceland book signing. And my gut feeling is I don't think Riley wanted her there. Do you think that Riley wanted her there? I asked you that question. That was heartbreaking. I love Nikai and she looked so uncomfortable. Yes, I totally agree with that. Totally agree with that. I think Riley's being careful. I think she's worried. I think Riley's scared what she may say because she doesn't want the backlash of a lawsuit. Remember, Priscilla is very, very experienced in lawsuits. Very, very experienced. She has a lot of money behind her. Do you think, Bridget, do you think that Scientology gives money to Priscilla to help her on lawsuits? Let's have a look. If Princess Riley, if Riley didn't want her there, she would not have been there, believe me. All right, is she that? All right, so you think that Riley wanted her there. See, this is a real difficult one for me. Because
let me just comment on this. Couple of things. Obviously, welcome to the new people. We are being careful at the moment with new people joining us because we've had some problems with stalking. So I mean to be as polite as possible. You know, unfortunately, we have been. How can I say it? We've been, how can I say it in a kind way? We've been unfairly I don't even know how to word it properly. We're just being much more careful now with who's joining us because we've got some people in my opinion, that are quite unwell, that may need help with possible mental health issues. So we are trying to be careful. So please don't be offended when we ask just how people join us, if they're Elvis fans, and if how they discovered Elvis, what country they're in. Just we are a friendly bunch here. We welcome with open arms. We welcome new people in as long as they're genuine people and there's no stalking happening. Okay. Anyway, I'll carry on.
Didn't mind Priscilla being in that room. Then why did Riley keep all the negative stuff in the book, in this book, From Here to the Great Unknown? Because if Riley was really on Priscilla's side, she would have removed it all. Surely she would have removed the Michael Edwards abuse, that Priscilla's bad parenting, the fact that Lisa felt unloved by her mother. I would have thought that. Yeah? So I'm interested how you respond to that. It's all very interesting. But, you know, my gut is that Riley doesn't like Priscilla. I could be wrong. My other gut is that the twins know the truth. And even though it's their grandmother, they know the truth. And so I think behind the scenes, it isn't all rosy. I don't think they're all best friends getting on really well. I really don't. But I'm just a